Hi everyone, my name is AnimeSelect and I am sorry. I'm sorry that school has taken me away from you all for so long and that I haven't really had time to review any anime or any news or any TV shows or just anything. School has been really hectic, especially now as we end the end of the fall semester. But I decided to fulfill one of the promises I made you in my last video, and that is give you a Supernatural Season 1 review. Now, if you did watch my last video, then you'll know that I had planned a Supernatural Season 1 review because I'm starting to watch the show. Recently, actually, last weekend, I was at the Chicago convention because I live in Chicago. And there, I didn't get to see Jared and Jensen, but I did get to see Mark Shepard and Misha Collins, who are both wonderful actors and both wonderful people. Mark and his panel was the sassiest thing, and I was completely here for it. And Misha is the sweetest human being I think I have ever seen in my entire life. But here I am with the Season 1 review. So, let's get started. So basically, we are dealing with the story of two brothers, Sam and Dean Winchester, and their lives. Pretty much you get a backstory. Sam and Dean's mother died one night, was killed by a demon, and their father set out revenge to find the thing. Whatever this demon did, it tampered with Sam. Sam was like about 6 months old when it happened. Dean had to be like, what, around 5 or something? I don't know the math right now. But basically their father took the kids and dedicated his whole life to finding this demon that killed his wife, and it kind of fucked up his kids along the way. So Sam grew up to resent his father, while Dean more or less ended up being very dependent on his father and basically doing everything he said, while Sam was more resistant because he didn't really have the same ties that he did to his mother since he was only just an infant. You know, not unlike Dean, who had at least maybe about 5 years with her before everything went to shit. So we meet up with Sam, who was in college with his girlfriend Jessica. And I just want to bring this up real quick. A lot of people in the fandom love Jessica. Jessica unfortunately does not make it. She's also killed by the yellow-eyed demon. But people love Jessica, mostly because she was the one for Sam. He was planning on asking her to marry him. And I don't give a fuck about Jessica. I need more than 3 minutes of screen time, 1 minute being in a skimpy nurse costume for Halloween, and 2 minutes being in her pajamas to foster a relationship with her. I don't know anything about her. I could give a fuck less. I care more about Casey, Dean's first love. I foster a relationship more with her than I did anybody else. Well, mostly some of the women on this show. And real quick too, I now know why a lot of the women on this show got treated like crap. One of the executive producers is MCG. You may know him as he made the Charlie's Angels movies. I mentioned this in my last video with season 10, I believe. If you watch his stuff and how he treats women, the whole aspect of women on this show makes so much sense. We're gonna need something. I don't know if he's still an executive producer. I'm gonna watch tomorrow's episode of season 10, episode 4, I believe, and I'm going to look at the credits and see if he's still an executive producer, because if he is, then we are going to have to change that immediately. We need the stink of MCG off as soon as possible. But anyway, sorry for that tangent. Dean comes back to tell Sam that Dad has been out on a hunting trip for a few days and hasn't come back, which is code for Dad went missing, I need your help to come find him. So Sam, who is at Stanford doing really good and is actually trying to go to law school, reluctantly joins Dean. Of course, when he gets back after basically not finding their father the first episode, Jessica is killed and Sam eventually turns into his father, now fueled by revenge to find the same thing that killed his girlfriend and his mother. The whole season kind of started out as a monster of the week thing, and it was kind of hard to sit through, but when you started getting toward the middle of the season and the plot actually started to bubble up, it got more interesting, especially around the end of the season with the season finale. Now, I will bring up this. Even though those Monster of the Week episodes were hard to get through, the little nuances that they put in to show you just how well Dean and Sam's relationship worked was really well done. You feel a bond with them. You really do. I really care about them. I really care about Sam. I really care about Dean. And especially when they introduce John. Yeah, they find him. When they introduce John around the middle of the season. I feel so close to this whole family that it hurts when something happens to them. It hurts when they lose something. I won't dive into what happened too much in this season, even though it's almost common knowledge by now. But I will tell you that when you see Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki on screen for the first time in season 1 compared to what you see them on season 10, it's so goddamn drastic. But then you think about when they started. They literally have been a part of the show for 10 years. 10 years. This show is ingrained in their life. Fuck, Jared met his wife through this show. Can you imagine that? Doing something that would eventually leading you to find your partner and then eventually going on to have your kids? Could you imagine not being a part of it? And then what would happen? Well, I'm sorry. Before I go too introspective in there.
No chick flick moments. Alright. Jerk. Bitch.
But they have a really, really great chemistry, and I already see it since I'm starting season 2 that season 1 really helped cement their relationship, and I'm pretty sure as we see the seasons go on, we see that brotherly bond be tested a lot, especially a lot I hear in season 8 and 9, and now especially 10 with the rise and the fall of Demon. So, what would I have to rate Supernatural Season 1? I would give it about a 7 out of 10. The Monster of the Week episodes were a bit tough to sit through, but you kind of have to in order to get some of that brotherly bond and little tidbits of information and insight. There were funny episodes, and in fact, I might just make a list one day when I get done with all the seasons of my favorite Supernatural episodes from each season. But who knows? But yeah, season 1 gets a 7 out of 10, and I highly recommend that you start watching this series. Now, as I start season 2, I really feel like I might actually start binge watching this show because there's so much going on. There's so many characters, and there's so much development going on that I really, really like it. Unfortunately though, apparently this all goes down the fucking drain around season 6 or season 7. So, yay. As always, thank you guys for being patient with me, and thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments about Supernatural, you know, what your favorite episode of season 1 was, or anything like that, want to say hi, please leave it in the comments down below. If you have any anime to recommend to me, because I am still watching anime, even though that doesn't seem like it. It's hard to obtain when you're broke. You know, please leave it at my Twitter handle. It'll be either on the screen or down in the description below. And also, I might do the highly hated Supernatural anime series, because I heard about that. I heard about what a disaster it was. And if you know me, you know I love beautiful disasters. So if I can find a box set of it, then I will probably be sinking my teeth into that real soon. So anyway, this is AnimeSelect signing off, and I will see you all in a new video. Bye.